counter's all done. So now, last but certainly not least, I think the quintessential part of this kitchen remodel, the backsplash. It's just going to look absolutely amazing paired with this tile, and I'm super excited to get started. I'm about ready to start laying down some mortar because, as you can see, there's about an 1/8 of an inch difference between these two levels, between the cement board and the cement. Now, what we're going to do to fix that discrepancy is we're going to kind of feather the mortar over so that it will be nice and even when we lay down the tiles, and also we'll be putting it over the old cement, that way we even out the old cement. So we're going to start mixing up the mortar and then we will be ready to lay down our tile. We've got our mortar and our water in the bucket and now we're about to mix it. As you can see, this is a drill, but it's just an ordinary drill. There's nothing special about it. The only thing that's special about it is this piece of metal that we inserted into where you would ordinarily put a drill bit. Now this is a variable speed drill, so you don't want to go too fast when you're initially mixing it up because, like a milkshake without a top, it will explode everywhere. So, here we go. We've mixed up the mortar, we've let it set for 10 minutes, and we mixed it up a little bit more, and now we're ready to start laying it down. So, we're just going to put a little bit on here. There we go. We're just going to maybe put a little bit more. So we're just going to even this out a little bit. There we go. I have prepped my wall and I've made a level line of where I'm going to apply the tile. And so now I'm ready to start tiling. But first, I want you to notice that when last we put the adhesive down, we used a very large toothed trowel. But this one, since we're using a finer tile, we are going to be using a finer toothed trowel. Now, first I'm going to apply it with the smooth side. I'm just going to get a nice little base there, and then I'm going to rake across it at a 45-degree angle with the tooth side. Alright, we're ready to lay down our tile. Now you want to make sure to go clear up to the edge. Okay. And that you do it fast enough so that it doesn't dry out before you put the tile down. Very nice. Oh, that's looking good. There we go. Alright, we've got our first set done. There we go. Doesn't that look nice? Now because this is a trickier spot, I'm taking the extra off so that it doesn't dry out and then we don't have like an uneven surface to apply the tile to. And also, since it's still fresh, we're going to apply these little tiles in the places where they're needed over here. And you gotta make sure they're level. Here we go. Looks better. This is looking better already. Let's see, right there, like that. Okay. And here we go, final piece. All right. That looks great. So right now we're going to show you how to go around an obstacle like a receptacle. Now, as you can see, we have cut out a little bit of a block because we held up the tiles to the receptacle and then we kind of cut around the general area of where it's going to be. So this is going to be a little bit more tricky, but we should still be able to get it easy enough. There we go. Just push it in a little. There we go. Alright, and then what we can do is we can fill in for those little tiles just like we did on the end over in the middle. There we go. Oh, that's looking great. Nice and level. Alright. There we go. So that it goes to the line. There we go. And now this is just making sure that each of the pieces sets properly. Oh, that's all crooked. There we go. That's looking better. Alright, now let's see a few of these little tiles. There we go. That's looking mighty nice. There we go. Alright, now what we'll need to do is we're going to have to fill in these and we'll have to put the receptacle top on there and then we'll be able to continue. Need to dig a little bit of that adhesive out so that we can make it look nice. Alright, so a darker color. I'm being a little artistic now. Here we go. We want to make sure we keep it parallel to the other ones, so if it's not level, it at least looks good. And you can't tell. There we go. We bought these new nickel-plated outlet covers because we think it'll look really, really nice with the tile and the granite. But unfortunately, we have to fill in these extra little gaps. Now we're going to hold it up just to see, and we're going to have to fill in around here and here. Now, we're going to have to cut these off, and I'll show you how to mark the tiles. So let's see, we'll hold this up to here. And you'll want to get that off about here. Alright, so the reason I'm wearing safety goggles is because we just got these little tile nippers and we're going to put them in something so that they don't go flying everywhere. So you're just going to take a hold of them and you're going to put them down here. There we go. Very nice. Now, you don't have to worry about it being perfect because the plate is going to cover it, but that is going to be very nice. Okay. We're ready to start grouting the backsplash. Now, I've got my grout mix and the hardener like we used with the tiles. And so what we're going to do is we're going to mix it up for 5 minutes. We're going to let it sit for 5 or 10 minutes. And then we're going to mix it for a couple minutes more and then it'll be ready to start grouting. Now remember, this is a variable speed drill. You don't have to go so fast all at once. This looks like it needs more hardener. Alright, that looks about the right consistency. I was just getting the extra off. So for those of you who cook, this kind of peaks like whipped egg whites or cookie dough or something. So, that's a lot better. We have let the grout sit for 5 minutes, and now we mixed it for 5 more minutes, and it actually ended up that we needed to put a little bit more of the hardener in it because it was too thick. So now it's just the right consistency, and we are liking it. So we're ready to get grouting. Now, what I incorrectly called a squeegee last time, we're going to be using a grout float, and we will be applying it across the tile at a 45-degree angle. Now, we won't really worry about the bottom row too much, because the bottom we are going to be applying a flexible colored caulk. So I'm ready to get started. So I'm starting off with the big side first because that'll cover a broader area, and as you'll notice, I'm starting off going at, you know, perpendicular / parallel to the tiles, and then once I've got it in there, I'm going across it at a 45-degree angle. And then we'll be able to clean it up a little bit better later. There we go. As you'll see, I have the floodlight next to me, and because working under counters actually gets really dark. So in order for me to see all the grout a little bit better where I'm placing the grout, I have this floodlight, and it's helping just a lot. So as you can see, we still have a little bit of that film. So we gotta wipe that off. And we're gonna have to do this several times just to get everything off. And you wanna make sure that you rinse and rinse and rinse. Make sure you get fresh water, plenty of it. Otherwise it'll kinda just be spreading around the dirt. It's already looking better. Alright, here we go. Now that you can see these, this nice little haze, we're going to take a nice dry cloth and we're going to start wiping it off just like we did with the granite. Oh, and that's looking so much better already. There we go. Ow.